After a few very hot days and the storms today, we're finally getting some nicer weather starting tomorrow. Temperatures are cooling down and we'll also have some lower humidity with our rain chances only around 20%. I'll have all the details on your forecast coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 and 11, the community continues to show support to a local coaching legend after he lost his home in a fire. Also ahead, pressing pause on the proposal for a Richmond County biofuel plant. Why city leaders say the project's on hold for now. And the TechNet conference in Augusta using an old game to teach cybersecurity. We'll tell you how as your news at 11 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad Means. We do thank you for joining us, and we do want to begin this newscast with a first check of our weather. Let's check in with meteorologist Jenna Petracci.
Well, Brad, we had a Viper 6 alert day earlier for the dangerous heat and also some severe weather. But the good news is that, of course, now that it's 11 o'clock at night, the temperatures have cooled down and we're also no longer seeing any storms, just some widespread rain showers all to the south of I-20, anywhere from Barnwell County down into Emmanuel County. That's where we're dealing with just some light rainfall that's moving down towards the southeast. So we'll be drying out as we go into the overnight hours. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Sky View cam still showing damp conditions over in Swainsboro. Plenty of rain there today and some hot temperatures for everyone. In Augusta, we reached 97 degrees, 4 degrees above average. Our low temperature was also 4 degrees above average at 75. Right now, we're seeing a lot of mid-70s. Augusta at 74, so already cooler than it was last night. 77 in Barnwell, 72 in Evans, Millen at 75. Wrightsville, you're also at 74, and 73 in Washington. So pretty consistent, and also our dew points are consistent in those low 70s with the exception of Aiken at 69. We'll see some upper 60s and very low 70s over the next couple of days for our dew points compared to around 80 as what we had today. So we will have much drier air moving in. But in the meantime, still a southwest wind, 8-mile-per-hour winds in Aiken, 5 in Augusta, 8 as well in Waynesboro, and 9 in Millen. So a little breezy tonight with cloud cover for pretty much everyone in addition to that light rain. We'll stay mostly cloudy overnight, all due to this front stalling out across our area. This will eventually stall more so along the coastline, keeping the chance of rain and storms mostly around Charleston down to Savannah, but we can't rule out a few pop-up storms tomorrow as well for some of our southeastern counties. But for the most part, this high pressure will be moving in, keeping us dry and with plenty of sunshine throughout the next few days. But as I mentioned, mostly cloudy tomorrow morning, partly cloudy later on, and by 6 o'clock, that's when we'll have the possibility of a storm or two. But overall, nice days ahead, much lower humidity and lower temperatures with mostly sunny skies as we go into the weekend. I'll have all the details on your forecast coming up, but back to you, Brad.
All right, Jenna, thanks. Coverage you can count on continuing now with the results from tonight's race for the county council in Aiken. The District 8, a local coach and his wife say they're lucky to be alive tonight after waking up over the weekend to find their home in flames. Tiffany Hobbs has more.
Brenda Holder says she woke up around 5:30 Saturday morning to the sounds of popping. What she thought was hail turned out to be a home fire whose flames had already reached several feet into the air. She tells us she immediately called 911. She and her husband Terry were able to grab a few necessary items and their 2 dogs before making it out of the house.
It's rough out there seeing your house burn up and all you guys just, what you got on.
Terry Holder has coached both baseball and football at Evans, Greenbrier, and Thompson high schools. He says it's been a blessing to hear from former players these past few days.
Former players is calling and coming by, and some of their parents had experienced a fire themselves, and the first thing they told them said, you go down there and get them some shorts and underwear and toothpaste and stuff like that, because I tell you right now, they ain't got any, and they'll need it real quick.
Family treasures and plaques from Holder's many baseball state championship wins were lost in the fire. Still, he says the outpouring of love and support from the community has made all the difference for him and Brenda.
We got the members, and you can't take that away from me. No fire can do anything about that. So, anyhow, we're just blessed we got out.
Brenda tells us even the clothes they're wearing today were given to them by others. She's now calling those people her little village.
Love is just coming.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that that's a testament to the love that you all have already given. You know, it's just like it gets recycled back. You know,
We had no idea how much everyone would pour on us.
We do have a way that you can help the holders if you're so inclined. We have information about donations on our website, WJBF.com. As TechNet Augusta continues this week, Parsons is hosting a Capture the Flag event down at the Georgia Cyber Innovation and Training Center. Members of the military all over the world are taking part. 30 teams in person and online work through various categories for this virtual Capture the Flag, and each team's progress is tracked through an online scoreboard.
It's good for the other countries to kind of be able to work with each other, see how things work in that cyber realm, so that we can kind of iron out those TTPs, those tactics and procedures that we do on the battlefield in an environment that's very much a sandbox where they can practice, play, test things out, see if those things work before they go out to apply them.
The event continues tomorrow. It'll give high school and middle school children in the area a chance to get involved. Aiken County Council crunching the numbers tonight. They review their annual budget. Up next, a look at your live Viper 6 forecast for the rest of this work week and into the weekend, and the latest on what is now officially the deadliest wildfire in modern U.S. history. Stay with us.
Come visit Oasis Homes at 1939 Gordon Highway, Augusta, Georgia.
The live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
Well, take a look at this. Another night of strong storms rolling through the CSRA. These pictures were sent to us from viewer Carrie Badger of Warrenville in Aiken County. We also received reports of trees down in McCormick County and several in Saluda County.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
So I want to start out with a loop of live Viper 6 starting at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We started out the day dry with some sunshine, but then we had this line approach our northern counties, causing us to see some severe thunderstorm warnings pop up. Now, interestingly enough, that viewer photo that was sent in from Warrenville was actually not under a severe thunderstorm warning. This was just for wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, which is not quite severe, but still, these storms here that came through I-20 in Aiken County still really packed a punch, causing some damage. Also, severe thunderstorm warnings along our western counties, and even a flood warning earlier in Screven County. So it was a very active day weather-wise, especially with the heat combined with the storms. We had another Viper 6 alert day earlier for the dangerous heat index and the severe weather. But now things are much better. Of course, it's much cooler now. We're also just seeing some light rain showers all to the south of I-20 in some of our southern counties from Barnwell over into Jenkins. Sylvania getting some of that light rain right now, but the rest of us drying out nicely. Here's a look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at Washington Road. We're sitting in the mid-70s, 74 now here in town, south wind of 5 miles per hour, and a dew point of 70 degrees. So still a little bit muggy, but you'll be feeling some of that drier and cooler air moving in, especially by tomorrow morning. Right now, anywhere from 73 in Sparta to 77 in Barnwell and 79 in Bamberg. A little bit warmer down there. Sylvania at 75, 73 in Louisville, and 72 in Thompson. All of us dealing with the cloud cover tonight. We'll keep it mostly cloudy overnight tonight as this front stalls out right across the CSRA. And this will linger across the coastline, keeping the showers and storms in the forecast. We can't rule out a possible isolated storm or two in some of our southeastern counties. But overall, this high pressure will be moving in, and that'll make for a lot of dry air and also some sunshine over the next couple of days. So much nicer conditions taking over with all that moisture staying on the south side of that front. So if you're headed out to the pool tomorrow, it's going to be much cooler than it has been, which is good news. It's been way too hot lately, dangerously hot. In fact, 86 degrees by noon, 89 by 5 p.m. And at that point, if you're anywhere towards the south of Augusta, you may run into an isolated storm or two. But as I mentioned, at least you don't have to worry about the dangerous heat. Our highs will be topping off anywhere from around 90 to 93, and the heat index will only be around 97, so no longer in those triple digits. 20% chance of rain both Wednesday and Thursday. Then a nice dry stretch just in time for any weekend plans and bringing back that 20% chance of rain early next week. Our futurecast tomorrow morning showing the mostly cloudy conditions. Those clouds push off towards the southeast as that frontal boundary moves with it. We'll see a few pop-up storms to the south of us by the lunch hour, and then by the evening, as I mentioned, say anywhere from Barnwell over to Wrightsville, that's where we'll have the chance of a few storms, though I am expecting those to be weak, so no more alert days tomorrow for the heat or the storms. It will be a much nicer day. I'm also keeping an eye on the tropics. We have one new area that is likely to develop into low pressure, could eventually become tropical down in the Gulf of Mexico. Just a 20% chance of that. Also off the coast of Africa, two more areas that we're watching. These are waves producing showers and storms, could become tropical as well within the next several days. Our lows tonight will be in the upper 60s in our northwest counties, a little bit warmer further towards the southeast. And for tomorrow, anywhere from the mid 80s to around 90 degrees. Now, before we get to our 10-day forecast, here's our viewer picture of the day sent in from Catherine Escobar. This was taken last week in Graniteville, South Carolina. You can see a really cool shelf cloud here moving in. This was the calm before the storm. So be sure to send me your viewer photos, and I will show them the rest of this week. We had some really nice ones sent in today of the storms and the beautiful sunset. 20% chance of rain once again over the next couple of days. 90 degrees tomorrow, 92 on Thursday. Our lows will eventually drop into the mid to upper 60s. Then from Friday to Sunday, it'll be nice and sunny. Temperatures right around average and a little bit hotter next week. Back to a 20% chance of rain each day.
All right, thanks a lot, Jenna. We appreciate it. Hard to believe today marking a week already since the wildfires started in Maui. About 86% of the structures burned there were homes, many of those who lost so much themselves still sticking around to help those in need.
Whatever you need, you're going to get. And that'll get aid into the hands of people who desperately need it, who have lost their loved ones, who have lost their homes, their livelihoods, who have been damaged and destroyed.
More federal aid on the way. Hawaii's National Guard, of course, has been called out, and the cause of this fire is still under investigation. Still ahead, a fourth indictment for former President Donald Trump. We'll have the latest on that, let you know where things go from here when News Channel 6 at 11 continues. But first, the winning numbers for tonight's South Carolina Lottery: pick 3, 799. Pick 4 tonight, 6452. The fireball was 0. Next. Welcome back, everybody. Former President Trump and others now facing new legal trouble in Georgia. We told you about those indictments at this time last night for his alleged attempts to interfere with the 2020 presidential election. Here's Hannah Brandt.
This is former President Trump's fourth criminal indictment and his second for election interference. In this latest one, he and 18 of his allies are being charged with several serious crimes. In Georgia, there's now a warrant out for Donald Trump's arrest.
The defendants engaged in a criminal racketeering enterprise to overturn Georgia's presidential election result.
Just before midnight, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis announced that Trump and 18 of his allies are charged with crimes ranging from racketeering to conspiracy. The indictment accuses them of lying to state officials, creating fake election documents, and engaging in a cover-up. Part of that effort was captured on a recorded call between the former president and Georgia's Republican Secretary of State 2 months after the election.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
As with the 3 earlier indictments this year, Trump denies any wrongdoing and says the prosecution is politically motivated, and allies are rushing to his defense.
It's another in a long line of hoaxes, of witch hunts.
Republican strategist and former Trump administration official Hogan Gidley says this will only help Trump's bid for re-election.
It means pretty much what all the rest of them mean, and that is a shot in the arm for Donald Trump.
But Willis argues this case is completely nonpartisan.
I make decisions in this office based on the facts and the law.
And Willis says all of the defendants have until noon on August 25th to surrender. She also says she wants this trial to start within the next 6 months. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
Coming up, a look ahead to week 1 of football Friday night and game night live. Hard to believe it's that time of year again. And the Braves bats staying red hot as they continue to hit at a record-setting pace in sports. work of artist Sunday Nobody. He cooked nearly 400 hot dogs, then froze the water into hot dog-shaped molds, put that in sealed jars, and shipped them to buyers. When they got the hot dog water, it had melted, as you see, but they still think it's art. They love Sunday Nobody's work. I saw that.
I'm very confused here.
TikTok am too. I'll pass.
I don't even understand his name, let alone the
Sunday
concept.
Nobody. Don't get it.
Well, for our forecast, we only have a 20% chance of rain Wednesday and Thursday, with temperatures going way down. Only 90 degrees Wednesday, 92 Thursday. Heat index only in the upper 90s, and the weekend looks fantastic and sunny.
All right, Jenna, thanks, and thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Have a good night.